When you can't connect, can't run, and can't fight, there's one option left. The body shuts down. In this episode, the shutdown state, the bottom of the polyvagal ladder. We will talk about what it feels like from the inside, the fog, the numbness, the pull to disappear. We'll talk about why your body would ever choose it and how it overlaps with depression, and the gentler way back up your ladder and out of shutdown. I'm Justin Sunseri, a therapist, self regulation coach, and Polyvagal Institute editorial board member. You're listening to Stuck Not Broken, Book 1, Trauma and the Polyvagal Paradigm. A quick note before we begin, this is an audiobook and it's meant to be heard in order. Each episode builds on the ones before it. So if you're just finding the show now, welcome, but also go back and start from the beginning. It's going to make a lot more sense that way. And if you want to support the show, or if you'd rather read, this book and the next two in the series are available now in both digital and softcover. I'll put a link in the description, and thank you ahead of time if you choose to support the show financially. I really appreciate it. The final rung on the polyvagal ladder is the shutdown state, stemming from the dorsal motor area of the brainstem. Shutdown is also a parasympathetic branch using the vagus nerve, just like the safety state, but it has a distinct function and experience. When we can't socially engage, when we can't run, and when we can't fight, we shut down. The shutdown state is responsible for immobilization. In shutdown, immobilization specifically takes on the characteristics of a limp collapse. Muscles go weak and bodily processes slow down dramatically. Like the other two primary states that we've discussed, shutting down might increase survivability. When the organism shuts down, there are a handful of potential benefits. The organism in shutdown is still unconsciously neurocepting for safety or danger. If there's a potential for the organism to fight and flee the situation, it may do so. When an organism exits shutdown, the next rung up the polyvagal ladder is the sympathetic state, fight, then flight. With this returning fight energy, the organism can use its sympathetic power to create space between itself and the predator, and then use its sympathetic flight potential to escape and to return to safety. During an acute shutdown, in a life threat situation, the body might go into dissociation and or numbness, which further increases survival chances. If the organism is numb and not feeling the pain of the experience, then escape is probably more likely. Likewise, not remembering the event and focusing on escape could also help the organism to survive if it's dissociated. Finally, in this state, the body conserves resources. Everything in the autonomic nervous system slows down, including heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing. The body mimics and may even prepare for death, giving that organism a painless and disconnected end of life. The organism can use these conserved resources in a large sympathetic burst if it neurocepts mobilization for survival is possible. What shutdown feels like. Shutdown feels like disconnection from others, from the environment, and even from yourself. An extreme presentation of disconnection is actual dissociation, like depersonalization and derealization. However, someone in shutdown may experience less intense or obvious forms of disconnection. It doesn't have to be as obvious as the two examples. Common emotions of shutdown can include lonely, numb, hopeless, and drained and heavy. The person in shutdown does not have access to the mobilization of the sympathetic flight-fight state. Their body is slowing down and needs lower stimulation, and often it needs solitude. In this state, things can seem overwhelming, but also uninteresting or even pointless. This person lacks the energy necessary to feel excitement and passion. This individual commonly describes existing in a fog, cloud, or gray. The vitality of life has been drained from them, leaving them with dulled experiences. What shutdown looks like. Shutdown is a state we enter when we can't run away or fight or be safe. In the moment of survival, shutdown looks like a limp collapse, immobilization, playing dead, or even fainting as the body goes into conservation mode. There's an impulse to hide or to become smaller when in shutdown. I overheard a coworker next door to my office after she made a major mistake. Yes, I was eavesdropping, but it was hard not to. At first, I just heard her say, "Help me, Jesus." She was mumbling to herself in exasperation and mild panic. I could hear her rapid breathing as another coworker came to check on her. I thought about checking on her, I swear. She explained to this other coworker that she sent a text message to the wrong person, which was not a flattering one. Something about not wanting to deal with them and have them come over to her home. She could not run from this situation, and she couldn't really fight it off either. As the other coworker chatted with her and attempted to provide her reassurance and levity, she said, "I could go under that bridge over there and just curl up into a ball." She was expressing that her body had an impulse to go into shutdown, to be smaller and hide from a danger she could not run away from or fight. She didn't go into a full on shutdown and literally collapse, but those biological pathways were active enough for her to notice, at least through the lens of the polyvagal theory. That's the assumption. Luckily, she received that support from our coworker. I swear, really, I was going to check on her. Maybe. She expressed gratitude to the coworker as he reassured her that it wasn't that bad and he had seen worse. He provided smiles to her and laughter, easing her defensive state. She had thanked him for being present and supporting her. Shutdown feels very lonely, and there's often an impulse to be alone. So, someone stuck in a shutdown often isolates. Teen and young adult shutdown clients commonly share that they isolate by shutting themselves in their rooms, closing the blinds, and turning off their lights. And no, you don't have to be a teen to do that. I think it's common for adults too. Through the paradigm of the polyvagal theory, depressive disorders are symptoms of a dorsal vagal shutdown. Isolation, numbness, lack of motivation, easy overstimulation, and a general lack of enthusiasm or interest in novelty. These are all similar between a chronic shutdown and depression. Coming out of shutdown. You must climb up your polyvagal ladder into sympathetic flight fight to come out of shutdown. Specifically, the fight sympathetic energy first and then flight. Wild animals can do this no problem. Humans can technically do the same, but we seem to have lost our ability to do so naturally, or we had it socialized out of us, maybe. Yet, the basic ability to emerge from shutdown into fight is still alive within us, though it may seem inaccessible. Our human thoughts make it difficult to emerge from shutdown into flight, fight, mobilization. We judge the experience, we question it, and we tell ourselves things that keep us stuck in shutdown, like, "I don't deserve to be happier," or "there's no point in trying," or "I'm not strong enough," or "it's not okay to get mad." But we can come out of shutdown eventually. Coming out requires a gentle return of energy for us humans. Animals can tolerate, or non human animals can tolerate and use the large return of sympathetic energy for survival. But Human animals tend to do better with small pieces. We do so through small actions like reorienting to the environment through our senses, mindfully existing in calm and quiet, and being with safe people in safe environments. Even if we can't do all of these pieces, simply being more aware of our shutdown state can be helpful. Being aware of and mindfully experiencing it can be beneficial. Feeling the sensations of shutdown without judgment can be helpful. It's not second nature for us at this point, I know, but it is possible. That's the shutdown state, the bottom of the polyvagal ladder. The dorsal vagal collapse the body reaches for when running and fighting are not available. Disconnection, numbness, fogginess, and more importantly, a way back up, which is gently in small pieces while mindfully attuned to the shutdown. Next time, we start with the mixed states, specifically with freeze. What happens when two states are active at once? Why freeze is not the same as shutdown, and we'll come back and visit in with Courtney to see how the rest of her story unfolds. If you want to take this chapter further, the written book has journal reflections for it, along with primary source quotes and no ads. It and the next two books are linked in the description if you would like to support the show. Thank you so much for listening.